Hello and welcome to our Stebbington podcast, Guardians of the Gigabyte. I'm Steph.
And I'm Debs. And together, we are the nerds you need.
Helping businesses become more efficient by utilising systems and software and improving their processes.
And whilst that may sound a little bit boring, we also like to sprinkle in a lot of fun.
So relax,
Get yourself a cuppa.
and join us for half an hour of insight and amusement. Here goes. Hi, and welcome back to Guardians of the Gigabyte with Stebbington. I'm Steph.
And I am Debs.
And I don't know why I had to point to myself. I am Stephanie.
And I am Deborah.
Deborah?
So
So thank you for joining us this week. This week's subject.
and thanks for coming back. If you
Well, they might not have.
since our last one. No, they will have. Thanks. You're all our true fans. There's tens of you.
Ones of you. But we are Stebbington.
We are.
And we deal with a lot of systems and automation and integration. So
We
this
are.
week's subject is automation because it is a really powerful tool to have in your, what do you say? You have it in your armory? Is that how you say?
Weapon in your arsenal.
Yeah, that was the one I was going for. Not the one that came out. That's
If I got what
okay.
you were trying to say, because I don't know, I know what you mean.
Shocker.
There's oh my God, we're the same brain. There's two sayings that are quite similar.
Oh,
And I bet there's someone at
and I've
home right
mixed
now
them both.
shouting them out.
Yeah.
Because I can't think what the other one is.
Sorry.
Anyway.
But yes, it is automation with a business. But why, Debs? Why is automation so powerful when you are a business owner?
Because you've got loads of things to remember, haven't you?
God.
And
I'm
loads
mental.
of different things to open and loads of things to send and all of that. And automation just takes that out because it just does it for you. Basically, it's making your laptop do the work.
Yeah.
And you do the fun stuff.
And that's it. And do you know what I think? I always focus on how much time you can save when you automate. So many little things. You know, you might just think, oh, well, it only takes me 2 minutes. But we all know those 2 minutes add up, especially when you're busy. But I think another big thing for automation for me is the mental load. Is that I don't have to remember, oh, now so-and-so's done that. I need to do this or that needs to now happen. Because my system tells me. I wake up, I log on and it says, well, today, Steph, you
Yeah.
need to do this. And it's like, thank you.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's I think that's the main bonus of automation. And we're all business owners and it's tough and you've got a lot of stuff to remember. And so really that really helps you out with the automation because you don't have to think about it.
No, and it's even managing your team as well. Because again, you can automate and go, right, well, for example, accounts, end of month, you automatically, there's certain things that need to happen like bank reconciliations, obviously invoicing if you're an end of month kind of setup. That can you can automatically set up the invoices to be created, or if you still like doing it yourself or you're not on that level of subscription on the accounting software, you can set reminders. So
Yeah.
it's that. And then the time, I think the time and mental load, I think it is a bit of both because the time, well, you can make more money, guys, but you can't make more time.
Yes, I knew she was going to say one of her special sayings. Every podcast, I'm just going to wait for you to do one of them because Steph has so many lovely sayings that I've just listened to for a long time now. And
I was like, do
No,
you
but
have
I love them, though.
podcast bingo? That's going to be the next thing, isn't it? Will Steph say her saying?
no, I like it. But it's 100% right. 'Cause you know, and also I know a lot of people. Where I used to work, they talked a little bit about automation and stuff. And a lot of people were a bit worried because they were thinking, oh no, that means they're just going to get somebody to do my job. But really, in a business, if you've got that time, then you've got that time to go out and get new clients. You've got that time to hone your skills. You've got that time to do training or your team to do training.
Yeah.
There's so much... there's so many positives from automating stuff in your business.
Well, yeah, but you can be more proactive instead of reactive.
Yes, yeah.
And I think
exactly
that's
that.
the thing. Like, I understand. And sometimes, I mean, we come from customer service backgrounds. So again, we want to be customer facing. You don't always want an automated email, or you might want to just cast your eye over a contract before sending it out, that kind of thing. 100%. That doesn't mean you can't automate the bulk of it and just make sure that it touches the human, the last stage before going out. Same with emails, email templates, for example.
Yeah.
Really handy because sometimes you don't want the automated email to go out because you might have had a specific conversation. There might be, something you want to add, but by having the template, you've got the bulk of the fluff or the whatever you want to say, you know, if it's a standard
structure.
thing, that's it. Links, things like that can all be saved in the template, and then you can just add to the template. So even though it's not quite automated, you're saving yourself from having to go find the last time you sent that email, copy and paste, because no one likes that.
Do you know what? That was one of the one of those things that sort of blows my mind when we mention about email templates, that a lot of people don't think about that. And then they're like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm like, yeah, no, it is. Because I suppose you don't really, because you just get muscle memory of writing, dear so-and-so, thank you for blah, 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 here are my links. But like by having a template, it can really save you a lot of time. And also, when you mentioned about emails, automated emails, I really hate automated emails when I know they're an automated email. So, you know, like too much personalization can sometimes come across that this is an automated email. Like, you know, like when it's got the name, this is spiraling into a Debbie
I
rant.
was going to say, well, we're going to bring it back soon, but you've got another minute.
But
Go.
automated emails, that's why having a template and then amending it to put stuff in that's relevant is much better. You know, you have some automated emails that make sense. Thank you for your email, or thank you for your invoice, or thank you for your payment. All those sorts of things. I get that.
I was about to say, am I turning off all our automation, or what's going on?
But you can tell when there are automated emails that like somebody's gone, you know, oh, hi, first name, because they haven't looked at the automation, which I'm sure we'll cover in a bit. Then it says hi, first name, or something like that, because their system, they're not checking it actually checking to make sure it doesn't look automated.
And I'm actually with you on this now. I wasn't at the start when you.
I thought I could bring you around.
You've won me round again, because yes, there is newsletters great for automation when you onboarding and you're giving the frequently asked questions. Again, automate that stuff. That is standard. But 100%, I got one the other day where we'd had a call and then I got a thank you for your time straight after the call. And I knew it was automated because there was nothing in it that was personalised at all other than my name. And even that, I think they'd got off LinkedIn. So it said Stephanie in brackets Steph. No one calls me Stephanie in brackets Steph.
Sometimes I'd like to.
In brackets Steph. And so
Steph.
It's just Steph. Do you remember Just Jack?
Just Jack, yeah, I remember Just Jack.
So I do, and that's the thing, isn't it? And that's the angle we come from, saying yes, you can automate so much more than just emails, but sometimes there is a call for not quite automating, or instead of maybe automatically sending out a renewal of a contract, you would need the reminder to renew the contract, because it might not be appropriate. They might have already had a conversation with you offline that you haven't updated the system. There's other things. So it's making sure that you are delivering the great customer service, but automating what you can in the back end.
Yeah, that helps you out.
Yeah.
Because it's time for a Debbie slogan. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I think that's a good rule of life. It's definitely my one. That it's true. Like, just because you can automate, you know, like LinkedIn.
So we haven't got an hour.
No, okay, right. So basically, automation for emails and stuff is great, but just make sure you're doing it correct.
Okay, so talking on automation, fundamentally, what is automation?
Automation is when your laptop does something so you don't have to.
I thought you were going to say lapdog.
Yeah, no.
And that is basically lapdog. Oh, I thought we had a ghost. Woo, I have to pause.
Why did that move?
I don't know.
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
What is a really cool piece of automation that you've done that a lot of you've kind of shared with other people and they've gone, that's a really good idea?
Contract creation.
Okay, so tell me about that.
So it's not just contract creation, it's everything. So when someone signs up with Stebbington, and I've done it for a couple of other clients now as well on the back of this because I keep talking about it. But it is, so we tick a button in our CRM to say, a client, and we have different packages, so what client they are. The system then goes, right, okay, they are now a client. They need to be added onto a mailing list that we have specific for clients. A project needs to be created in Asana, as we mentioned in our last podcast, that we use for project management. Specific tasks are then created based on the kind of client that they are, and the contract is created with all their information in a folder for them on our G Drive, and is all ready to go. So all we have to do is cast our eye over it and then press send. and then they are onboarded. And that has been my favourite bit because it has saved so much time.
Well, it was so fiddly before, wasn't it? Because you get somebody in, you'd have to add them onto the different systems. So add them onto like the couple of different systems. Then you'd have to create the contract manually, deleting bits in, putting bits in, all of that. So and it used to be a faff, didn't it?
Yeah,
It
we
was
used
such a faff.
and it wasn't even a big task. It was just something
just
we didn't
fiddly.
enjoy doing. And we're like, and I think that's always a good place to start. What do you not enjoy doing in your business?
What is annoying?
Can you automate that? And you can't automate conversations with clients, right? We have to have
Yeah,
those.
you do have to have the conversations
but
with them.
like that, it was because it was deleting and what day is it? And now, because of the automation, it takes all the correct data and it puts it in the right places on the contract. We don't even have to create the project. Everything is there, ready to go once payment has been received.
Yeah.
And that has been my favourite for months now.
Yeah.
But of all the automation,
Every time we get a new client in, I'm like, I don't have to worry about doing that again.
Exactly.
And it's always right. It's always right.
Well, this is because it is.
Until it's not.
It is right because,
right.
and this is the other thing, because of the system, so it works out like how much does the deposit need to be, because the information, as long as it's right in the CRM, and this is something with systems, you are only going to get as good out of it as what you put in.
Yeah.
So if you are not updating your CRM, the CRM doesn't know that. So it's just going to use the data that it has in there. And I think that is something. But yeah, as long as it's right
and
there.
testing. Testing. Nice.
1, 2, 3. Always test.
Super important.
And like for us, like we test on different things as well. So for example, with emails, we test on Gmail and Outlook. Because sometimes
they are not the same. Okay, folks. Because sometimes like MailerLite, some people's Outlook doesn't like MailerLite. And so you may get emails from people in your Outlook that you perhaps notice that you don't see any pictures. Probably because it's come from MailerLite and you need to change your settings on your Outlook. There's nothing MailerLite can do. It's just how it is. So that's 100% great fact because Google and Microsoft are different. So
well, even
always
Google
test.
Google Sheets and Excel.
Google Sheets, poor man's Excel.
I don't believe it is. I believe it is the new Excel.
No.
But yeah, no, and with automation, so when you integrate something, straight away you're actually automating. Mm-hmm. And that I feel sometimes gets lost is the fact that if you're integrating one system with another system, then you are probably doing some automation already within that. For example, calendar booking. So say you have Calendly, TidyCal, ZCal, whichever one you have a booking system that's connected to your calendar and no doubt connected to either Teams or Zoom or Google Meet. So you actually are already automating that because you can send someone a link, they can pick a spot, that booking goes straight into your calendar, and the meeting is already created. We're going to say Zoom. So the meeting is created in Zoom from one click of a button, and that is automation.
Yeah, I think people get confused, and maybe people with smaller businesses think, "Oh, automation is just something that big businesses do," and it's really not. You can do so many different little things that make your life easier, and that is automation. So as much as it may seem complicated, and that it really isn't.
No.
It can be as complicated as you want it to be. Like Steph's piece of automation she did for her onboarding, that was sweet, and it was a little bit complicated to build, but it's done and saved so much time. So that's why automation is the key.
And it is, and like you said, for smaller businesses, so you might not have the budget necessarily straight away. Zapier, but you can use the free version and you can get unlimited. They do it now in tasks, not zaps, but you might, depending on how many you get in. So say you have a basic automation of your CRM, you're talking to someone, they said yes, they want to sign up to your newsletter. You don't want to have to then say, oh, well, you just fill out this form because you're on the call with them. We want to be a bit nice, but what you can do is tick a button in your CRM if they are integrated, so that when you tick that button via Zapier normally, because they don't, that's a whole thing. But by a third-party automation tool, you can then say, right, when that button is clicked in the CRM, add them to my email marketing software. Done. And it can be really small stuff. Or like you said, for bigger businesses, there's a lot more moving parts. So you would have a lot more kind of varied, well, if this is this, then this needs to happen. But again, if you have a process of that, you can automate it. There is.
There's always a way around it.
Isn't there? There is always a solution. And one of our sayings is that if you can dream it, we can do it.
That's still your saying.
Oh, okay.
I
feel like we all say it.
I just bought you a cup that says it.
And I love that
because
cup.
you say it so much.
But it's true with technology, and this is the thing.
It's true.
Because it is constantly evolving. For example, with the automation, you can now say you have a Zoom meeting with someone, and you've got one of their AI companion, and then you get that in their emails. This was actually a nice bit of automation I did for a client. So once that email comes in, what was happening was her VA was then finding them on the CRM and uploading it. Well, no, we've just saved her so much time because this woman has like 10 calls a day. It was just, so once that email comes in, the automation goes, this is that. And then they go find them in the CRM and they automatically add in the notes and create a task for the VA to follow up a couple of days later.
Perfect.
And it's stuff like that. You can, the world is your oyster.
The world really is your, and especially we've sort of touched on Zapier. Obviously, there are others out there. We've got Make. You've got
RoboMotion.
Yeah.
I've gone blank with all other ones.
Pabbly,
yeah. And then there's lots of what's-my-call-it? In-house. Yeah, we say in-house, don't we? Whereas in the service, so for example, Monday, they integrate with so much different software, so many different apps. Now, again, sometimes when
it has its own automation things on Monday as well. So you get automations with a lot of CRMs, usually when you're in paid versions.
Yeah. And they are good. The only thing I would say sometimes... The only thing I would say sometimes is with the in-house automation, it can be a little bit more limited.
Yeah, glitchy.
But most of the time it works. It will fill the need, otherwise they wouldn't have those templates.
Yeah, so. No, absolutely. Okay, so on that, I'm guessing the number one thing that small businesses could do to automate would be... I reckon the booking link one is a great one. I think getting your calendars up to date, getting everything talking to one calendar.
Oh, that is a definite.
That's a bit 100%. Of a grey area this year.
I think if you have more than one software, so say you are using a CRM and an email marketing software, because if you're using accounting software on third-party automation software, I said software 1,000 times there.
Yeah, we'll say it 1,000 more.
That's what we talk about all the time. If you're using something that's say like Make or Zapier, if it's accounting software, you generally do have to pay for the subscription because we need the extra layer of security there. Not that the free versions aren't, but it's just they're called pro apps. But a straightforward one would be if you're using a CRM and email marketing, connect them, because if someone is signing up to your newsletter, you might want to add them in, and it might be worth then booking a call with them. Or again, don't push with your sales. Guys, no one enjoys that. But I'm just saying that would be a straightforward integration, your CRM with your email marketing.
Yeah, cool. And this month, what is your favourite piece of software that you've used?
Bullhorn.
Oh,
I know. Well, you said I couldn't say Zapier every week. So Bullhorn is this week's because...
Months. We're not doing this every week.
Bullhorn is going to be my favourite this month. It's still quite a new system, but everything I've seen so far, it really works well. It's for recruiting, and they have this new package out called Bullhorn Core, and it incorporates some of the other modules, because like it's set up like Zoho, where you have different modules. So you would have the CRM module, you would have the analytics module, the automation module, and this Bullhorn Core one is kind of a little bit of all of it. So you don't get all access, but you get a little bit enough for smaller businesses if they're on that growth trajectory. Yeah. What about you? What was your favourite this week?
My favourite, I kind of have my favourite and also my least favourite. Because
controversial again, Deborah.
It did. It kind of broke my heart and made me love it all at the same time.
Oh, don't make me hate you on this. Which one?
Go High Level.
Oh,
I just thought this wouldn't be.
No. I'm not personally attached to that one.
I was playing with Go High Level for a client the other day, and really good piece of software. It does a lot of stuff. It's great kit, right? But their sales.
Oh, see?
I had about 4 phone calls from them. I had numerous text messages. I had at least 2 emails a day while I was on the trial, and I did not like that.
No one. Okay, so I feel like we say this again. No one likes
No.
pushy sales. If they need your product or your service and are ready to buy, they will let you know.
But I did just feel kind of bad, like for people who maybe just pick it because they've been told by Barry Dunn shops that's a great one, so they sign up, and then I mean it's the same with anything. I can kind of I want to demo the system. I want to make sure it works. Of
course.
But if I'm getting inundated with it puts me off. Yeah. And I feel bad for people that just kind of go, okay, I'll have that onboarding call and I'll have that and I'll have that. And yeah, so it was, I really like the system, worked really well. It's good, but I just didn't like their sales.
And it left a bad taste in your mouth.
It did.
Wow, okay. But what was your favourite?
It was also kind of my favourite too.
Oh.
I quite liked it.
Love the system, hate the people.
Yeah.
Right, good to know. Feel like that.
I don't know if that cancels it out though. I think that cancels it out. But yeah, I think it was just something new I was messing about with, just delving a bit further than I had before into the system. So
and you can white label go. And I think there's a few different versions out there that have been white label. We won't get into that.
No, we're not going into that one.
Well, look, that's it for today. So if you do have any questions or if you'd like us to touch on a specific subject, get in touch with us. You can email us at
admin@stebbington.com. I was freaking out then because I thought I was going to have to do the www.stebbington.com and then you go, I can't believe you still say the www. It's a thing.
So Debbie's had a whole conversation in her head in that moment and I'm the one with ADHD.
I kind of want to rewind it and see what my brain was doing. Anyway, yes, could get in contact with us. We're also on all the socials, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So yeah, come and connect with us.
Yeah, and thank you again for listening and have a great day.
Have a great month.
Bye.
Bye.